Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Murray Center, where your Rhode Island College anchormen are set to take on the Wesleyan University Cardinals in a non-conference matchup. Thank you for joining us live. Mike Giammarco alongside Andrew Spaziano. And Andrew, it's going to be an interesting one here tonight.
Well, I think it's definitely interesting, not just because of the matchup itself, but if you look at these teams haven't played in about a month or so because of the break. I know Rhode Island College, their last game was December 12th at Eastern Connecticut, so a little under a month for them. But it'll be interesting to see how that affects them coming out, if it affects them just chemistry-wise or just kind of shaking off the rust a little bit. And I'm assuming Wesleyan's probably had a similar layoff, so for both teams, it'll be interesting to see how that affects them out of the beginning of this one.
We'll see what happens as their records are mirrored records, really. 10-1 Wesleyan is, whereas our anchormen are 1-10.
You know, certainly the anchormen, very young team. We've been over that many times and whatnot. And I think for them, I mean, obviously you want to play to win, but I think with the team they have and the year they're having, I think you need to look beyond the wins towards your goals for the game. It's developing a lot of these young players. I think how you want to look at it. I mean, if you get the win, obviously that's great. I mean, I'm not saying you don't play to win, but I think for the team, I think it's more the game's not about that as much as it is seeing individual performances and how the team itself competes against a lot of the talented teams they play. Obviously, you play in a conference with Eastern Connecticut, who gave them a pretty solid defeat there before the break.
Absolutely.
And obviously playing a 10-1 Wesleyan team tonight. So you're playing tough competition and tough teams. So that only can make you better in a lot of ways. So I think with the young team they have, I think the goal has to be to develop those players and see what they can do against some of this talent.
And as we look back with these two teams, the last time the Cardinals played the Anchormen was in the year of 2000 at the Wesleyan Tip-Off Tournament, where they beat the Anchormen 85-67. But that's almost 16 years ago now.
What's interesting you say that is that they've actually played 6 times, and Wesleyan holds a 5-1 record against Rhode Island College. But you have to wonder, with the last one being 16 years ago, how long ago that actually was.
Absolutely. And we'll send you courtside for tonight's starting lineups in the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good evening and welcome to the Murray Center for tonight's game between the Wesleyan University Cardinals and your Rhode Island College Anchormen. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise and move your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Tonight's starting lineups. First, the Wesleyan University Cardinals. At guard, a 6-foot senior, number 4, B.J. Davis. At guard, a 6'2", senior, number 24, Jack McKay. 6'8" junior number 1, Joseph Quo. At forward, a 6'5" junior number 11, PJ Reed. At forward, a 6'5" senior number 00, Rashid Epps. Head coach of Wesleyan, Joe Riley.
Once again, thank you for joining us live on 90.7 WXIN and or Anchor TV. Mike J. Marco alongside Andrew Spaziano. And Andrew, good to see a familiar starting lineup tonight.
Yeah, definitely. You have the anchor and Chris Green, and who has some experience being a sophomore. Jimmy Fritzen's also had a very solid season himself. And definitely, as you said, familiar faces with Roosevelt Scheider out there and Terrence Tribble as well. So definitely, as you said, familiarity and hopefully some chemistry built with some of the more experienced people on his team and some of the, I guess you can call them newcomers, even though 11 games into the season, they're not so new.
And we will see Kuo and Jones take the tip-off, as the Murray Center is paying respect to the late, great Lemmy from Motorhead. And Wesleyan wins the tip-off. Ball being moved around left side, passes it back up to Mackley. Mackley passes it out to Davis. Davis back to Mackley. Long three is no good. Rebound comes down, and Wesleyan comes away with it. It's Kipps with the rebound. Epps, I'm sorry. And ball being moved around, back out to Davis. Davis has the ball being guarded by Scheider. Passes it out to Mackley and back up to Davis. Davis passes it left side to Reed, whose floater is no good. Rebound comes back down to Wesleyan. Shot no good. Out of bounds. They'll say it's off of Chris Green, and it'll be Cardinals ball.
I actually thought that it looked like Reed there was the last one to touch it. It was difficult to tell from here, but the anchormen gotta get some rebounds here. They've let 3 offensive boards early on.
Mackley passes it out to Davis. Not sure that was an intended target, but Davis able to save it from going out of bounds. And Davis passes it back to Mackley. Mackley moving around a screen and passes it down low to Kuo. And the ball is out of bounds. It's going to be off of Kuo. It's going to be Anchorman ball.
Yeah, good swarming defense. I think the Anchormen, I thought their shot defense there was good. They just couldn't get a rebound. And obviously with the team this talented as this Wesleyan team, you don't want to give them those second, third chance opportunities, but somehow able to get away without giving up a point there.
Scheider fakes the three, moves it back out to Green. Green on the right side, being guarded by Mackley. And now he moves around, screen from Jones. Jumper from inside the three-point line is no good, in and out. Rebound comes down to Reed, and Mackley bringing it up the court for Wesleyan.
They're able to give Green some space there, but unfortunately was not able to hit that shot.
Davis back to Mackley, fakes the three, moves around Scheider. Now dumps it down low to Epps for two.
Just a nice pass, good awareness. Able to give it to the man down low right next to the hoop.
Fritzen with the ball, gets it up to Jones. Jones looking around, finds Tribble. Tribble near the right elbow, drives in right side. Off the board and good for two. Davis will control the ball for the Cardinals. 2-2 game, 2 minutes gone in the first half.
I think, as always with the Anchormen, they want to limit the scoring. They play a lot better in low-scoring, tight games, so if they can keep the score low, they have a chance in this one.
Great defense by Tribble, though Epps came up with the rebound, draws the foul. Tribble's not happy about the call. Foul will be on Fritzen, and Epps will go to the line.
I don't think he tried to get the block from behind. He got a little too much of Epps on that one. But some aggressive defense as always for this Anchorman team early on.
Epps makes his first, only about a 60% free throw shooter on the season, 59.1 to be exact. Jones out. And he sets his second is up and is no good. Rebound Fritzen, and Campbell into the game for Jones. Fritzen bringing it up the court, moving right side. Dumps it out to Scheider. Scheider moves around left side. Passes it out to Campbell. Campbell hands it back to Fritzen. Fritzen looking around, trying to find somebody. Brings it back out near center court, right side. Now Fritzen moving around left side. Takes the three. Got it.
He did a nice job working himself outside and finding an open spot to be able to take the three.
And Fritzen, as we've seen, he's a good off-the-dribble shooter.
Yeah, definitely. He was looking to pass it inside. Nobody could get open. He finally just threw it up there.
Three is no good from Reed. And we'll have a call on Green. It'll be Wesleyan ball down low. The RIC lead is 5-3, 17 to go first half. Mackley passes it out to Epps. Epps gets it out to Davis. Davis left side being guarded by Scheider. And pass down low to Epps, trying to work baseline, out of bounds, Anchorman ball.
Yeah, just good defense by Tribble. Just not backing down, but not being overly aggressive where he's going to get the blocking foul. So just good job by him forcing the turnover.
Green in the corner, passes it up to Fritzen. Fritzen, three, no good. Wesley may have gotten away with a little foul. Epps, up for two. Great pass, just right up the court, gets it to him down low, wide open.
Yeah.
And then he was contested on the shot, able to put it in though.
Yeah, he just did a nice little hop step there and just was able to hook it over.
Great play by Davis.
I thought he was out of bounds. Good
Looks
effort.
like Tribble's going to go to the line. Foul is on Rashid Epps. And Terrence Tribble will be at the line shooting two. His first is up and is good. 6-5 the score. Second shot is up, and he misses his second. Rebound, Reed. And Mackley will bring it up for Wesleyan. Mackley passes it to Davis. Davis fakes the three, gets it back to Mackley, and passes it out to Reed. Now he passes it to Kuo. Kuo working left side, tried to switch hands in midair, didn't work. Rebound comes down to Fritzen.
Good defense by Campbell there.
Scheider, three. No good.
Nice.
But a great putback by Tribble.
And usually we see him with the tip in or whatnot, but he just went in for the dunk finish
Perfectly
there.
timed.
Most definitely. Just great awareness by him.
Ball being moved around Mackley. Right side passes it down low. Kuo shots no good. Reed tried to came in for a rebound. Went off of him out of bounds. It'll be Anchorman ball.
I think if you're Coach Burns, you have to be happy overall about the defense you're seeing earlier.
So far, so good.
They're being aggressive. They've got a couple of fouls early, but they're overall, as long as you don't get into too much foul trouble, you take a few of those if it means you're going to be playing aggressive, tight defense.
Fritzen, top of the key. Works left now, moves right, and knocks down a jumper inside the three-point line. And Mackley with the ball. We'll have a couple substitutions for Wesleyan momentarily. Mackley passes it up to Epps. Epps down in the corner to Davis and back up to Epps. Epps drives in left side, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Campbell. And it looked from here that he was set outside of the circle.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. As we saw before the break, we've seen a lot of controversial officiating this year. So
That's a questionable call, to say the least.
well, it's always a judgment call to an extent,
Right.
but certainly your judgment can lean one way or another depending on the circumstances.
Reed looking for Krill, and now finds it in the corner. And Rafferty with the ball. Rafferty passes it out to Mackley. Mackley passes
pass.
baseline. No good from Reed. And batted around. Tribble comes down with it. And Williams bringing the ball up the court.
If you're the anchorman, you really want to convert some buckets here. Got a lot of energy on that bench, a lot of momentum.
Great move by Tribble as he's able to go up and in and get the and one. He'll be at the line shooting one.
I don't think all year, I mean, it's been a tough season for the anchorman. I don't think you've seen that bench that lively and that energetic in all the games we've done. Maybe the first game of the year against Salem State, but they're really pumped up. They need to harness that energy and just keep it going and keep pushing it to Wesleyan and keep this team on the ropes.
And he misses the foul shot. Rebound Krill, and Rafferty bringing it up the court. I mean, going back to that, as we got a timeout coming from Wesleyan, going back to that, I mean, you're a 1-10 team playing a 10-1 team. You got to be fired up somehow, right?
Oh, of course. I mean, anytime you, even this early on in the game, you got a 7-point lead on this team. I mean, you want to harness that, as I said, harness that energy and just really get pumped up about that, because really, it's been a tough year for them, obviously. Just a lot of growing pains of a young team and whatnot.
Right.
I mean, and they should be excited. They just got to keep it going. They just got to keep the energy going, keep making smart plays and aggressive defense, and just keep this effort up, because it's been a solid almost 6 minutes of basketball for this team. And really, I think it's showing the potential they have overall with the skill set that they have.
Terrence Tribble with an early 7 points.
You almost wonder if maybe the break helped them a little bit, just getting away from the atmosphere of a lot of the frustration they were feeling, kind of take a few weeks off and get away from it and come back with a fresh head.
And we'll have a foul going to be called on Tribble. 14 minutes to go first half. Pretty quickly paced game so far.
Yeah, definitely. You've seen a lot of extended periods without a whistle and whatnot, so.
Krill for 3. Got it. And Williams calling the play left side. Now drives around right side. Finds Campbell. Campbell back to Fritzen for 3. No good that time. Almost looking like he was going to get the lucky roll, but did not. Rafferty passes it back out to Davis. Davis, other side of the court to Edmonds. Passes down low to Krill, who's unable to handle it. It's going to be out of bounds. Anchorman ball.
I just think Wesleyan's just having a lot of trouble getting it going offensively. I think they're moving the ball well generally. They're just not getting a lot of open shots. The Anchormen are playing tight defense all around.
Williams, nice little move as he gets it out to Green. Green is scoreless so far. Fritzen with the ball. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Fritzen.
So they're going to call an offensive foul on Knapp, but not. They're going to call it a one on Campbell on the other end, a blocking foul.
So 2 questionable calls so far, to say the least.
Early on, not even 10 minutes into this game.
What can you do?
Way she goes sometimes.
Davis passes to Edmonds. Edmonds driving right baseline, kicks it out to Rafferty, who fakes the 3, now takes the 3. No good. And Williams comes out with the rebound. And he moves it around, gets it to Green, who almost travels with it, but is able to keep his feet on the ground. Now he takes a 3. No good. We got another whistle. And it's going to be on Epps.
I really think the Anchorman could benefit from working the ball inside more. I know Wesleyan does have a little bit of size inside, which the Anchormen do lack. They have a lot of bigger bodies, but taking a lot of those three balls, I mean, naturally, you're not going to hit as many as you're going to miss. So definitely, if they can get the inside game going, certainly would benefit this offense very much.
Williams with the ball. looking for Scheider and finds him. Right side. Now Scheider looking around. Gets it back up to Williams. Williams bringing the ball back, calling out a play. Less than 10 on the shot clock. Nice move. Passes it down to Campbell, who's unable to handle it. Krill comes up with the ball. You know, Krill, he's got some moves for a guy who's 6'7".
He does. He knocked down a 3 before, so he has some range too.
Ball moved out to Rafferty and back up to Davis, who takes it. No good. Rebound, Krill. Rafferty, 3. No good. Rebound, Reed. Ball's up in the air, and it comes down to Green. Green right side. And they'll get a push off. It'll be Anchorman ball down low.
I think the Anchormen, obviously they are at that size disadvantage, so they haven't given up the offensive boards, but I think the key is their defense, even though they need to clean up the rebounding, they've been sticking with it, and they haven't been giving up after the Wesleyan's got no second chances. And I think the congestion of the shot, at least, is helping them in that department a little bit.
Fritzen drives baseline. He's able to go up for
What a
2.
basket.
And he'll get to the line for 1.
I don't know how he got that ball off. He had a lot of people around him.
A lot of height around him,
yeah,
too.
exactly. I was about to say, Fritzen isn't a huge guy. Got a lot of guys that outsized him there, and somehow got that ball up and in.
Jones also back into the game for Campbell. Fritzen knocks down his foul shot. And Rafferty bringing the ball up the court. Gets to Davis, back to Rafferty. Right side, passes to Reed. Reed looking around, gets it back to Rafferty. Back to Reed, looking for the pass down low. Instead gets it to Davis. And Davis passes the corner to Edmonds and back down low. And it is good from Kuo.
Yeah, Kuo was just able to float it over. I mean, good defense there. Down low by Jones, but it's not only so much you can do on your man without fouling, and I thought he played good position, decent contention of the shot.
Scheider moving it around, drives right side, fakes the shot, gets it out to Williams. And Williams comes back, draws up a play, now moves around 5 seconds on the shot clock. Fritzen's gonna have to take it, and it's no good.
Nice rebound.
Rebound, Tribble was stripped of the ball. And they get it up to Davis, who lays it in for 2. So we got a 15-12 Anchorman lead with 10:36 to go in this first half. And Coach Burns has to be, he's got to be all right with the way the team's playing. I wouldn't say he would be in a bad mood about it. I wouldn't say he would be too happy about it.
I think you're going to be happy the way it started. I mean, obviously, you got a talented team at Wesleyan, and they're going to give you all they've got. I mean, they got the nice transition bucket there. Unfortunately, Tribble was able to get the rebound, but just wasn't aware of the defender near him. I'm not sure who it was for Wesleyan. Able to strip the ball and get the nice, easy, fast break layup there. But they just got to, as I said before, you got to work it inside a little bit more offensively. I think generally defensively, they've been playing pretty well. I mean, Wesleyan is going to make their buckets, but I think they've definitely played a good job. They're only going to have 12 points so far to this team. I think really you just keep what you're doing there and just try to work it a little bit more with the offense, but don't get too flustered with the way things are going.
And this is a high-scoring team. They average about 81 points a game as Williams tries to throw an alley up for Tribble, but it's way out. Reed, nice block by Tribble.
Not able to get the rebound.
But an incredible block nonetheless.
It was.
Ball being moved around. Rafferty up to Hackley. And he'll get to the line.
That was really good ball movement by Wesleyan, but even better job by the Rhode Island College defense, able to roll over and get on those guys.
So Reed will be at the line. And he sets, first is up and is good. 15-13 the score, 10:04 to go, first half. Reed's second shot is up and is good. We'll see O'Brien come into the game for Rafferty. Williams bringing up the ball for the Anchormen. Hands it off to Scheider and back to Williams. Williams passes down low to Tribble. Tribble up for 2.
Tribble's got 9 points. We think of him a lot more as a defensive player with the plays he makes, but he can also be a very good inside shooter as well.
And Kuo's going to get to the line.
I think it's good to get that inside presence. He's been one of the few people from Rhode Island College that's been able to make that presence inside.
Absolutely.
And definitely takes a lot of pressure away from your perimeter shooters and Fritzen and Green for them to have to make buckets when you've got that option inside.
I mean, you don't have a Victor Smith down there. You don't have a Chris Burton down there. You don't have a Mike Neal down there. What can you do?
Well, certainly, and it's just good to see Tribble able to step it up in this game and able to make his presence known down there.
Absolutely.
So hopefully he can keep it up, and hopefully some of the other guys down low, Jones and Campbell and such, can try to get their game going a little bit.
17-15 the score. Kuo at the line. Not sure what we're waiting on here. And Coach Burns calls the team in real quick. Coach Burns very fired up tonight.
Yeah, definitely, and I think he's along with the rest of that bench been very energetic with the way this game started, and just gonna keep that energy going. Just gonna turn it into positive play on the court, and I think they've done a decent job of that so far. They just gotta keep chugging along. It's a long game, and we're on the flip side of the 10-minute mark here in the first half, so you want to finish this half strong and give yourself some momentum going into the second half, and we'll see if they can do that.
We're just waiting on the calls from the officials. They're saying this has to do with the scoreboard. Now Kuo will shoot. And he makes it. Williams with the ball, bringing it up the court. Passes it to Scheider, right side. Gets it back out to Williams. And Williams looking for Green and finds him. Green moving left side, passes it out to Scheider, fakes a 3, now takes it inside the 3-point line and knocks it down.
Yeah, and Scheider, he's had a bit of a rough season so far, but still he's a very natural, gifted outside shooter. And if you can give him a little bit of space, I mean, he can find his touch.
Kuo slams it down for 2.
Tribble tried to contest, but when you're going up against a guy that 6'8" frame, it's not only so much you can do on Tribble's end of things.
Scheider looking around, passes out to Williams over near the left side. And Williams moving around the screens from Campbell, and Tribble gets it out to Scheider, who knocks it down.
Yeah, a nice, I believe that was Williams on the pass, the kick out there. I think Williams Jr.'s had a good passing half. You know, he's had issues with turnovers this year, but he's played a pretty clean half, and he's made some smart passes and a good job commanding that offense when he's been on the floor.
O'Brien passes to Davis, and now passes it out to Mackley. Mackley moving right side, driving in. Now passes it, drives baseline, off the board for 2. And Reed able to convert.
This game's starting to turn into a little bit of a track meet here. Teams are going bucket for bucket on each end.
8 minutes to go, first half. 22-20 the score. Tribble with the ball. Passes it to Williams. Williams finds Scheider for 3. No good. And rebound comes right down to Davis. Davis passes to the corner to Reed, who was looking for Kuo. Gets knocked away. Williams comes up with it. And now Davis picks him off. O'Brien able to go up for 2. 22-22 now the score. 7:29 to go first half.
You know, unfortunately, as I said, the game's starting to turn into a bucket for bucket game. That's definitely not a game Rhode Island College likes to play.
No, it is not.
So I think they just need to get back to the basics on defense. They've been allowing a lot of inside penetration, allowing their big guys to get opportunities. So they just gotta make some adjustments there. And obviously it's difficult to deal with that height, but if you can kind of clog up the passing lanes, which I think Stribble did a good job with when they got that turnover. Unfortunately, they got that extra possession, and Williams just made a bad pass. And
You know, it looks like they're getting caught off guard with these spin moves. That's another thing. A couple of times Kuo's been there down low, turns around, throws a defender off, able to slam it down for two. I mean,
I think it's part of it, I think, just has to do with the fact the guy's 6'8", and they're just not dealing with that kind of height. I mean, really, if you think about it, even if you're trying to prepare for a guy like that, you can't in practice because you don't have somebody that...
You don't have somebody of that height.
Exactly. You don't have somebody that you can really practice on. So I know they've played a couple of teams that's had a fair amount of height. I know MIT has a pretty big team, and I believe Tufts as well. So they've played people with height, but it's just so difficult to simulate that in a practice when you don't have people with that frame to practice against.
We'll see if Coach Burns throws Tony Oji in there on him later. Because I think that would be a good matchup. Oji listed at 6'7". Green off the contact, no good on the shot. Now Edmonds drives in, loses the ball. And now Mackley gets it back to Edmonds, back to Mackley. Takes a long three, no good. And O'Brien somehow comes up with the rebound with two anchor men right there.
You just got to get those rebounds.
And Mackley loses the ball. Not sure what he was trying to do with it. It ends up going off the backboard. Tribble comes down with it, gets it to Fritzen.
Maybe he was trying to pass out and just wasn't able to do so.
Fritzen down low to Tribble for two.
Tribble's just worked so hard down low. I mean, he's, I believe, listed as 6'1", 6'3", going against guys that have a good 4 or 5 inches on him. I mean, he's worked hard to get those 11 points of his.
Mackley, long three, knocks it down. 25-24, Cardinals lead. Green trying to move left side, and now looking for Tribble down low. But Tribble said, that's my fault.
Yeah, he was expecting Tribble to drive for the hoop, and Tribble just didn't quite get the message. Unfortunately, just a throwaway there. Some miscommunication.
Now we finally see Cruz into the game for the Anchormen. Very key player he's been this season for them. Ball being moved around. Edmonds drives down low. Another nice little spin move, unable to convert for two. And Tribble comes up with a rebound. Cruz gets it back to Green. I think they got an illegal screen on Terrence Tribble.
And I think it did look like he was moving a little bit, so I can kind of see the call. Because it almost looked like instead of just setting himself, it looked like he kind of stuck his hands out for a block, almost like a football play.
Which you cannot do.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely can see where the officials were coming from on that one.
Mackley with the ball. Left side beyond the three-point line. Now moves it right to the corner. Three is no good, but they're going to get a foul on Cruz, and Davis will go to the line shooting three.
I think what makes this Wesleyan team really difficult to defend is that they have a lot of big bodies inside, and they have a lot of perimeter shooters, so you got to try to find a balance there of how to defend that, because it's like the team can kind of do it all offensively because they have the ability to do it. So definitely a difficult defensive matchup for your Coach Burns.
As Davis made his first two. He has one more. Cruz comes in, gets a foul. Coach Burns takes him right out. He makes all three of them. 28-24, the 4-point lead for the Cardinals.
Well, I think the thing is one thing taking a foul, but it's just smart fouls, and giving somebody 3 free throws there, it's just not really a smart foul. You're giving them basically, the way this Cardinals team shoots from the stripe, it's really just 3 free points.
They're going to get a foul on Wesleyan.
Yeah, it's starting to become a bit of a war of attrition here, just with the fouls and whatnot, because both teams are in the bonus. So really reaching that point and a half where it's starting to slow down a little bit. As you said, the game is moving by kind of fast, but because of the fouls and whatnot, it's starting to get into that point where you're getting a lot of free throws and you're gonna start managing your team with people with running into foul issues and such.
Green made his first, so he'll have a second. He makes a second. 28-26. 2-point game. 5 minutes to go, first half. Ball being moved around. Davis with it. Kuo was calling for it, didn't get it. Mackley getting a little frustrated, fakes the three. Now tries to find Reed.
That's not gonna help.
Unable to handle it. Goes right through his legs, out of bounds. It's going to be Anchorman ball.
You can tell, as you say, he's getting a little annoyed looking for an open man. He finds one. It goes right through his hands, through his legs. So, I mean, the Anchormen are just, I believe they're playing a 3-2 zone, it looks like, on defense. They've done a good job of kind of getting those perimeter players' faces.
Jones looking for somebody, finds Green. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Green drives in through traffic, throws it up for two.
Nice floater. Scheider was open there for a three, but Green has got a nice shot off, is able to convert.
Rafferty with the ball. Passes to Mackley. Mackley, long three. Way off. Rebound Williams. Williams passes to Jones. Jones goes up for two.
They just need more of that. I mean, Jones listed at 6'5", so he's got a little bit of height on him, especially on this team, the Anchormen. So definitely, if you can work somebody like him down low with dribble, nice play by Williams.
And Williams will do that time to time.
He's got a good presence defensively. I think
very solid defensive player, I agree.
He's definitely had his offensive issues. I believe he's only got one turnover tonight, which is definitely a vast improvement from what we've seen from him early on in the year. So if he can get this offense going, he'll turn out to be a very solid player all around.
Mackley throws it down low. Kuo shot, no good. And Green with the ball. Green, turn around.
Nice.
Got it.
Chris Green's heating up. He's got 6 points in the last, I'd say,
couple of minutes.
Yeah. Not a very long stretch at all. There's the thing with Chris Green, if he gets hot, you gotta watch out.
Mackley, no good. And it looks like at this point, Mackley's just forcing shots.
Yeah, he's just throwing them up. I think he's just gotten so disenchanted with the passing game that he's just flinging them up, and really.
And just like that, he goes to the bench.
Well, I mean, I can't blame him. You just can't do that. I mean, the passing might be tough, but you just got to kind of take what the team gives you, and they might be giving you the three every time, but you got to look for a different shot than that.
Campbell, no good.
And really, it's cost this
Rebound,
team.
Kuo.
It's cost this team on the scoreboard. They're trailing by 4 now.
They're going to say a foul before the shot. Foul's going to be on Williams.
I'll say this much: the officials are calling a really tight game. I'll say that.
I have to agree. Couple questionable calls early on.
Hasn't been too bad.
Seen better, seen worse.
Exactly.
Davis makes his first. Now sets himself. Shot is up, and it goes in. 32-30. Anchormen lead by 2.
I could be mistaken, but I don't believe Wesleyan's missed a free throw in this game. Could be mistaken, but their percentage is incredibly high regardless.
Campbell pickpocketed by Davis. Davis,
Nice
great
play
defensive play by Campbell. They're going to call a foul.
And he took a shot there right on the base of the hoop, right in the back.
And Campbell is down.
I mean, a great hustle play, but definitely a lot of
it even
there.
looked from here, he got all ball.
It didn't look like there was much, if anything, but it was just.
They call a foul on him.
Yeah.
We do hope for the best for Campbell, though. He is down right now.
Definitely. And I mean, that's padded, but I mean, still, especially at the speed he's going, I mean, that's not a soft hit. So, just unfortunate, and hopefully he's all right and he can potentially work his way back in this one.
They do have the athletic trainer over with Campbell right now. Timeout will not count against the Anchormen, I believe.
Yeah, and I mean, I got to give him a lot of credit for the hustle there, because a lot of guys, you'll just see them give up on that and just concede the shot, and he really made a nice play. I didn't even think he was going to he's going to catch up to him, anyway, to be honest with you, but he made a nice play. As you said, questionable call there on a foul. He made a really good block, especially from trailing like he was, and it's just unfortunate that he made that hustle play, and now he's gonna pay the price just for the aftermath of it. I think the Anchormen have definitely been frustrating this Wesleyan team. They've gotten back. Their defense has stormed back, I would say. I think Wesleyan got a nice little burst there. They were able to get some points. The Anchormen have definitely frustrated them again, as we saw a lot of questionable shots thrown up by I believe it was Mackey there for Wesleyan, who was working the point and just couldn't find anybody. It was just chucking up threes. And, I mean, that just shows you what the Anchormen are doing to them inside. They're clogging up passing lanes, and they're not giving anybody a lot of space.
Now they will help Campbell up, and he is up. He is limping, however.
I'm not sure. I mean, it's really difficult to speculate, obviously. Just looked like he took a really bad shot to his lower back. So, really, who knows? I mean, could be a slew of things, but hopefully it's nothing serious, because Campbell definitely very good young talent on his team. Freshman forward out of New Haven, Connecticut.
It'll be Williams, Scheider, Green, Cruz, and Jones for the Anchormen. Davis at the line. Kuo, Reed, O'Brien, and Rafferty for Wesleyan. And Williams with the ball. Dumps it to Cruz. Cruz near the elbow. Gets it out to Green, who fakes the three. Now moves in right side. And
nice block.
A great block by O'Brien, who comes up with the ball. Gets it to Rafferty. Open for three. No good. Rebound Williams. Now Scheider with it. Gets it to Green.
I'm surprised Wesleyan went for the three there. They definitely got a lot of opportunities inside. They just tried to get too flashy with it.
Williams, three. No good. And it's going to be out of bounds off a Wesleyan Anchorman ball.
That's a nice hustle by Williams. He's not really a perimeter shooter. If he's going to shoot the ball, he's usually works his way inside.
Couple feet inside the three-point line.
Yeah. He's really not a perimeter type of guy.
And let's say Green was out of bounds, as that wasn't a great play by either Cruz or Green. Now we'll see OG into the game.
Well, it's an unfortunate circumstance, the injury to Campbell, that will get the COG, but it'll be interesting to see, as you touched on before, to see how he matches up against some of these bigger guys.
And he will be matched up with Kuo. Ball being moved around. O'Brien trying to find someone. And as Coach Burns just said, they just missed a blatant travel. Davis. Right side, steps back. Shot is good.
That was just a nice shot. It was good defense, but he's able to get the step back. Williams is doing a good job guarding there, but it's a nice shot. And defensively, just really tough to defend.
Green with the ball left side. Passes it to OG, who finds Williams. Williams right side. Looking down low. Now calling out a play. And he kicks it out. OG throws it away to Rafferty. Rafferty, who trips up. And it'll be Anchorman ball.
Hey, good defense there by Tribble. And Rafferty, he had the layup and just not able to convert. Obviously, a little pressure coming in there from Scheider, but just a bad pass there by OG. Just a lazy pass, and Anchorman do have to watch the turnovers. I think in the latter part of this first half, they've definitely had some issues turning the ball over. I think they've had a fair amount of opportunities on the other end forcing them, but especially for a team like this. We've seen them run into turnover issues. Getting lazy with passes is definitely something they just need to watch as they get into the second half.
Green passes it to Jones. Jones finds back to Green. Shot no good. Rebound, Rafferty, who gets it up to Davis. And Davis passes it to Reed for 3. Got it. Shot clock has been turned off. 20 seconds to go in the half. 36-32, the Cardinals lead.
If you can get a conversion here, if you're down by only one possession to a 10-1 team, I don't think you can complain.
And Davis with the ball. And he takes it. And that'll be the end of the first half. The score, Wesleyan Cardinals 36, your Rhode Island College Anchormen 32. Stay tuned for the second half. Welcome back to the Murray Center for the second half of action between your Rhode Island College Anchormen and the Wesleyan University Cardinals. The score, 36-32. Thank you for joining us live on 90.7 WXIN and Anchor TV. Mike Giammarco alongside Andrew Spaziano. And Andrew, decent first half playing a 10-1 team.
Yeah, definitely. You're playing a talented team. Obviously, I thought towards the end of the break, the Anchormen were really having a lot of problems, just with team chemistry and just kind of doing their thing. And I think they've really come out in this first half, and they've shown that they are a different team, and definitely having some time off and time away from things and able to kind of settle down some of the feelings they were having has definitely helped a little bit. So I think defensively, I thought they played pretty well overall, and I think offensively, they need to get going a little bit. It's only a 4-point game. Let's see what happens.
Green with the ball to start the half. Moves right side beyond the three-point line. Being guarded by Mackey. Fritzen, 3, no good, gets knocked down. No call. And Jones goes through the bench and through the rope. Hey, he looks all right.
Took a few chairs with him.
And that's a first this season, Jones back onto the floor.
Yeah, he definitely went all the way trying to keep that ball in bounds. Unfortunately, he put out of bounds, and he almost ended up in the front row on somebody's lap.
And a very unfortunate sight as Campbell is not on the bench for the Anchormen.
It's definitely not a good sign.
As Reed goes up for 2. They really need that height. I mean, Smith hurt, Neal unable to play. Now Campbell hurt. It's not good.
You're definitely going to see a lot more of OG in the second half.
Green. Pass tipped, but Fritzen drives baseline, up and under, no good. Dribbles put back is also no good. Rebound, Kuo gets it up to Mackey.
Yeah, definitely some style points for Fritzen, just wasn't able to convert.
Unfortunately, style points are not real points.
No.
Davis.
Unless it's the slam dunk competition.
Absolutely. Mackey's floater is no good. Rebound, dribble. Fouls on Mackey.
Wesley, number 24. Jack Mackey first, team first.
And Green playing the role as point guard tonight for the Anchormen. Most of his time on the court tonight. And he goes up for 2. We'll count it. He'll be at the line shooting 1.
Which is a nice job, just able to get a lane and make the drive. And obviously, if you draw the foul and whatnot, that's just really a bonus. He's able to drain the basket on top of everything.
And he makes it. And Green's got 9 points. Tribble's got 11. Those are your 2 high scorers for the Anchormen. Fritzen also with 8. Out of bounds. Anchormen ball. And Davis with 10.
Just kind of a sloppy offensive game from both teams. A lot of turnovers. Seen a lot of just loose balls with Wesleyan tipped off of one of their players just kind of rolls away. So definitely testament to the Anchorman defense.
Scheider fakes the three. Left side gets it back out to Green. And Green now moving right side before going left again. Drives through traffic. It's blocked by Kuo. Great defensive play. And a good play by Tribble to come up with it. Unable to beat the shot clock on the shot, but he does hit the rim. And Jones' shot was no good.
Jones made such a nice rebound, just not able to finish the play.
Great pass from Davis to Epps. Epps fakes it, goes up for two.
That's a great fake on the shot by Epps. He took Tribble and I believe it was Jones off their feet.
Scheider down to Green, now passes it down low. There'll be a foul. Called on Epps.
You definitely see Wesleyan is kind of using RIC strategy on defense. You've seen a lot of tip balls early on in this half, and Wesleyan trying to get in the way of passes and just get up in the faces of Terrence Tribble and those people down low.
Scheider is blocked by Edmonds. Fritzen open for three, no good. Rebound Kuo, passes it up to Davis, being guarded by Fritzen. And they're gonna count it at a foul.
Okay, he didn't even touch him.
No, he didn't.
I mean, we both saw that exactly the same way. I mean,
unbelievable. Unbelievable. 42-35 the score. And Davis converts. Williams. Top of the key. Looking around, finds Green, fakes the three. Now gets it back to Williams. Looking in the corner to Scheider, it goes out of bounds off of Mackey. Now we do see Campbell coming back out. He is limping, however.
I definitely don't think we're going to see him back in this one the way he's walking.
Scheider, three. No good, short on the shot. And great hustle by Edmonds to come up with it. They call a very quick jump ball. It'll be Cardinals ball. O'Brien with the ball. Up near center court, being guarded by Green. Passes it out to Davis. Being stared down by Williams. And a nice behind the back move. Works around the screen from Reed. Now gets it to Reed. Davis, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Passes it down. And Reed is stripped of it. They're going to have to get a shot off. They do. It goes off the rim, no good. Rebound Tribble. And Green with the ball, bringing it up the court.
When Tribble went for the block, I was expecting a foul.
And it'll be Anchorman ball down low. Green to inbound. And Green finds Tribble. Back up to Williams. Williams passes out to Scheider. Scheider drives in left side, passes down low to Jones for two. And a lot of contact, but no foul. Go figure.
Of course not. Yeah, it's just a good job feeding it inside. Nice awareness there by Scheider. Able to get to Jones. You said definitely can make a big case. Nice steal.
Great defensive play by Tribble. And Tribble able to draw the foul.
I mean, it was nice awareness by Tribble, but not sure who that was for Wesleyan. Couldn't handle the pass. It just landed in his lap. But I thought it was a nice play going down the court. I thought Jones was going to take the shot himself, go for the layup, but he made a nice pass down to Tribble and able to draw the foul. He gets a shot for two at the line.
And he misses it first. Mackey back into the game for Edmonds. 43-37 the score. He makes his second. Tribble with 12 points on the game. After a very early first 9 points.
I was sort of thinking to myself, it was interesting for him to go with the press, just because I don't think their defense been that bad, but obviously you see that wild pass. I mean, can't really question it there if you're going to cause those kind of turnovers. That ball ended up in the second row of the bleachers over there.
Williams hands it off to Scheider, who gets it back to Williams. Right side, passes up to Green near the top of the key. Green takes the three, no good. Rebound Jones. And they say he's out of bounds.
It's unfortunate. It was good awareness by Jones going up and getting that one. Just unfortunately on the pivot, stepped out of bounds.
Davis wide open, other end of the court, up for 2.
Yeah, just holding the defense there. Somebody blew an assignment. Left the man wide open all the way down at the RIC three-point line, able to get the easy layup.
Lack of awareness.
Most definitely.
Green moving the left side. Out to Scheider, fakes the 3. Now drives in, gets it back out to Green. Fakes the 3, he's going to get called for a travel, however.
I personally didn't see anything there, but obviously the officials did.
You know, sometimes they will call that. There was a step before he dribbled. They'll call it sometimes, sometimes they won't. Just one of those moments.
Definitely.
O'Brien passes to Reed now, passes to the corner. Mackey kicks it out to Davis. Back to Mackey. Long 3 is no good.
I really think Mackey's been playing his team out of the game in a lot of ways. He's taking a lot of.
Absolutely.
I don't have a stat sheet in front of me. I don't know how many threes he's taken in this game.
He's only knocked down 1, however.
Yeah, and as you said, he's taking some deep threes. I mean, it's only being a perimeter shooter, and then it's just taking unnecessary shots.
Green out to Scheider for 3. Got it.
With that Scheider second 3 in this game, got 8 points. Just finding his touch outside to see if he can heat up in this game for games to come.
Crow with the ball. Out to Davis. Davis drives in right side. Floater's no good. Rebound Krill, who gets it blocked away. And that's out of bounds, and we'll say Wesleyan ball.
And Wesleyan's definitely found a lot of success on the offensive boards today. Unfortunately for Allen College, getting out-rebound a lot of times, unable to make those plays inside after they get a stop.
And Jones comes up with the rebound, and they say he's out of bounds. So we'll stay Wesleyan ball.
It's the second time Jones just kind of lost awareness on the sideline, getting a rebound.
Reed out to O'Brien. O'Brien gets called for a travel. Williams. Now Scheider with it back to Williams.
Tell you what, Rhode Island College is not going away in this game.
And they're going to call Mackey.
Wesleyan got up to an 8-point lead in this half, and it looked like they could have pulled away a little bit. Rhode Island College just worked back, and I think they're going to make this a game for the 13-23 we go left in the second half. I'm expecting a hard-fought battle by both teams in this one.
Green with the ball, gets it to Williams. Looking for Scheider, finds him. 3, no good. Out of bounds, off of Kuo. Anchorman ball.
Yeah, just a bad play by Kuo. He could have honestly just let that one trickle out of bounds. He got a hand on it. Instead of corralling it, gave the Anchorman a second chance on offense, which obviously he's not going to complain about.
Green moves left side, out to Williams, back to Green. Green trying to work around the defensive screen. And Williams now with the ball. Tries to pass it to Tribble, who's able to come up with it. Green, long 3. No good. Jones comes up with it, unable to put it back in, and he saves it from going out of bounds, gets it to Tribble. Tribble's little hook is no good. And it's going to be out off of, wasn't really able to see it.
I believe it was off of Green. He made a nice effort there on the sideline. Unfortunately, just ended up being the guy that touched the ball, but definitely a solid effort. And he was kind of kicking himself over here in front of our table because he was frustrated not able to keep that one in bounds.
Unfortunately, from where they weren't able to see with the ball who exactly was out of bounds off of, even though it was right in front of us. And a great block. Bakuo able to go up for 2. Now Williams with the ball. Now Green with it left side, down the 3-point line. And Krill read the pass. And he goes up, slams it home for 2.
Yeah, just a lazy pass there a little bit, and Krill just able to.
Just read it.
Yeah, just made the read and had the fancy finish on the other end. Obviously, that's going to pump up your bench anytime a player makes a play like that for you. So, Anchorman's going to rally a little bit. 8-point deficit, still 12 minutes to go in this one. So, I mean, you're not out of it by any means, but you just got to you got to control the momentum that Wesleyan's got and just answer with a basket, make a stop, and just kind of even things out a little bit. Just don't let the game get away from you. I think that's the key thing here.
Absolutely. Like you said, an 8-point game, 49-41, 12 minutes to go.
There's plenty of time, and really, I think defensively, I mean, they've had lapses here and there. I think overall they've played well. I think the frustrating thing in the last few sequences, they've gotten so many offensive boards. I mean, you had Jones get the nice rebound off the Green miss, not able to get the layup to go. Then after that, the ball trickles out, and Tribble gets a chance to shoot the ball, and he's not able to convert. I mean, if you're going to get second and third chances, you got to put those in.
Right.
And that's the frustrating thing for the Anchormen is they've been given those chances and haven't been able to convert them. So I think that's the key thing. If Wesleyan's going to give you those chances, you need to be able to put those buckets in because really that's the difference between a win and a loss potentially in a game that's been as close as this.
And Williams will control the ball for the Anchormen. Off the pick from OG. OG with the ball. Looking for Fritzen, unable to find him. Gets it to Scheider instead. Scheider dribbles top of the key, moves in right side. Layup is good for 2.
And I like what I've seen out of Scheider today. He's really brought his offensive game. He's in double digits now, and I think it's really the game he needed to have after a bit of a rocky start to the season.
Mackey 3. No good. We'll get a foul against Wesleyan. Rhode Island College is in the bonus. So it looks like Tribble will go to the line.
Yeah, I mean, really, Rhode Island College has done a pretty good job staying out of foul trouble early in the set. They only got 1 foul charged against them, according to the scoreboard. And half of it in a little under 9 minutes into this half.
He makes his first.
You can't really complain about that because you always want to have that edge when it comes to being in the bonus and whatnot.
11 and a half to go in regulation. Very, very early to be in the bonus.
Exactly.
He makes them both.
I was surprised the way they transitioned out of court. I thought maybe it was a technical foul.
Right.
Or something. I was really confused, and then you see on the board they got the B up there for the bonus. And as you said, incredibly early. So obviously that's going to work in the Anchormen's advantage. Any foul that wasn't commits, they're going to go to the line now for at least 1.
Depending on who has the ball, yes.
That's true. Yeah, you make a very good point.
It could work in Wesleyan's favor also.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, most teams probably don't think about that, but having the opponent in the bonus sometimes can work to your advantage, especially when you have a team who's not a good free throw shooting team.
Yeah, and I think we've seen Tribble struggle a little bit from the line tonight. So definitely I know what you're trying to say there is that if he's going to go for a layup, make him earn his bucket instead of giving him the free opportunity. So definitely I see your point there. It can definitely work against you as Tribble's definitely had a bit of a rocky night at the line, able to make his last two, but you don't want to put some guy like Chris Green on the line because he's shown all year he's a very good free throw shooter.
Yes.
Very cool and calm at the line. So we'll see how it plays out, but definitely good point you make there. There's definitely a give and take to that, so we'll see how it plays out for the Anchormen.
We absolutely will. Rafferty to inbound, gets it to Kuo. Kuo being trapped by Fritzen and OG. And that's a little different. We haven't seen a trap yet, as we just did. O'Brien to Rafferty, right side, being guarded by Fritzen. Rafferty moves the ball around, now drives in, left side, jumps, passes down low to Kuo. Kuo, turn around, look at the foul on OG.
Something I noticed with a lot of these big men for Wesleyan, they've had a lot of difficulty handling the ball. I mean, you had Kuo, he probably could have just gone up and with the hook shot or something there.
Right.
And he bobbles the ball and he gives, I believe it was OG a chance to get over and defend him. And I mean, it's just a split-second thing, but really it does make a difference when you get down to it because that's just the second your defender needs to get over and get better position and be able to make a play.
Jones back into the game. He misses his second. Rebound, Tribble.
I don't know how many rebounds Tribble has tonight.
I was just about to say, he must be close to a double-double, if not already had it.
Definitely.
Williams to Green. Finds Fritzen right side. Being guarded by Rafferty. Fritzen drives baseline, goes up. And look at the foul before the shot.
I think we've said this many times in our broadcast that Tribble plays a lot bigger than he actually is on the rebound game. And
Much bigger.
He kind of compensates for their lack of big man. Not entirely, but in a lot of ways he can just because he does play taller than he actually is.
He's 6'3" and rebounds like he's 6'7" or 6'8".
Exactly. He compensates for that with his athleticism.
Fritzen misses it from the line, so he will not get a second shot.
As you said, make them earn their buckets, and it looks like that's what Wesleyan's going to do.
Great play by Jones, coming away with the steal. And Williams bringing it up. Guarded by Rafferty, left side. Good screen by Jones. And Williams still with it, passes it down to Jones. Little right hook is good.
I'm surprised Williams didn't take the shot. He traveled all the way under the basket, but I feel like by him, he's always looking for the pass as opposed to the bucket. I think sometimes that can be a bit of a detriment, but at the same time, he makes a nice play here.
And he blows the wide open layup.
Good job getting a rebound, able to put it back in. There's not always a second chance you're going to get, but fortunately, he was able to make up for it.
And O'Brien for two. Williams. Moving around. Tries to pass it down to Tribble. Tribble backs away, and Rafferty comes up with them. Not sure what Tribble was trying to do on that one. And Krill slams it home again. The Anchormen will take the timeout. 54-49, Wesleyan leads.
Yeah, and just a couple of quick buckets there for Wesleyan. Obviously, the turnover, as you said, it was just, I think it was a bad pass by Williams, but as you said, Tribble was backing away. Obviously, a miscommunication there. That was just an easy transition bucket for Wesleyan, because they've really done a good job of capitalizing on those turnovers and turning it into quick points the other way. So definitely something Rhode Island College has struggled a little bit. We've seen it a decent amount of times this season. I don't think it's as bad as, certainly not as bad as we've seen it. It's definitely a little better, but obviously some improvement to be made when it comes to turnovers.
9:30 to go in regulation. It is only a 5-point game.
Yeah, obviously you're not in a bad position. You just got to convert a little bit more offensively.
Wesleyan University, a 10-1 team. Coach Joe Riley in his 8th season coaching the Cardinals.
They're on a 10-game winning streak.
10-game winning streak. Lost their first game of the season and have won every one since.
Unfortunately, the opposite path the Anchormen have taken so far this season.
Anchormen riding a 10-game losing streak. Scheider No good. Rebound, Green. And Green back to Scheider. Fakes the three. Gets it to Green. Green. Sidestep shot. No good. And Jones was able to come up with the rebound. It'll get to the line.
And also, I think if you're the Anchorman, even if you don't pull this game out, I think the way you've played, this Wesleyan team is receiving top 25 votes in Division III. So really, I think if you're the Anchorman, you've played a team that's on the cusp of the top 25. You've played them really tough in this game, and I think that tells you that this team is certainly a lot better than their record indicates.
As Jones makes his first.
I mean, really, this isn't a 1-10 team. I mean, they're certainly, if you look at their schedule, they've had some close losses in games they could have won. So they've definitely outplayed tonight what their record indicates. And hopefully, even if they don't pull this game out, hopefully they can take some of the momentum from playing this team tough and they can use it to their advantage.
Lob pass to Rafferty. Davis, three, no good. Rebound, Tribble again.
Yeah, I believe there's 3 guys from Wesleyan around him. He just somehow went up and snagged that thing and tucked the ball in.
Tribble with 14 points. There could be a chance that he could have a 2020 game.
Honestly, at the pace he's rebounding, I wouldn't doubt it.
And Krill throws it out of bounds.
I think we could really argue. I think it's probably Tribble's best game of the season that we've at least seen.
Absolutely. Best home game of the season.
Most definitely. I mean, we've talked all year. This team needs a veteran presence. And I think even Roosevelt Scheider, you could say, has definitely stepped up in that department a little bit. He's got 10 points.
Somewhat, yeah.
I think offensively.
Scheider finds Fritzen for three. No good. Rebound, Jones. And Fritzen unable to handle it. Rafferty comes up with it. Something I noticed about Fritzen, he's a much higher percentage shooter off of the dribble, as Reed puts it in for 2, than he is off of the catch.
Yeah, definitely. And that was a bad turnover. I didn't think it was that bad of a pass from Jones. Fritzen, it was a little low, but I think Fritzen could have handled it. And unfortunately, another transition bucket for Wesleyan there. I think that's really been the thing that's killing the Anchormen from tying this game up.
Fritzen for 3. No good. In and out, and rebound comes down to Epps. And now Davis with it. Kicks it out to Reed. Open for 3, knocks it down.
It's just unfortunate the Anchormen are just focusing so much trying to prevent those transition buckets inside, is that they kind of forgot about the man trailing on the outside. And obviously, Wesleyan able to convert there. So they push it out to an 8-point lead again.
59-51 the score, 7:14 to go in regulation. If you're listening, thank you for tuning in. 90.7 WXIN or Anchor TV. Mike Giammarco alongside, as always, Andrew Spaziano.
I just think the Anchormen just need to clean up their offense. And really, I think this deficit can really be pointed to is Wesleyan getting transition buckets off turnovers. I think when you come down to it, I mean, really, they've got at least 8 points off of turnovers in this game. So that's your deficit right there. And I mean, you just got to clean that up in the next 7 minutes here if you're Rhode Island College. But I think we're talking about Tribble and his rebounding tonight. Jason Jones also had a great game, especially I think on the offensive boards. I think the unfortunate thing is he hasn't been able to convert nearly enough of those chances for buckets in this one. I mean, he's got 8 points, but could easily be in double digits if he's just sunk a couple more of those.
Green with the ball. Looking around, finds Fritzen. Fritzen dribbles left side. Drives in, tries to go up with the shot and gets it for 2.
Really tough basket as he pushes his total into double digits, but he somehow is able to convert that one.
Reed picked off by Fritzen. And Fritzen throws it up the court. Dribble. Green open for 3. Got it.
So I believe, so they're calling a foul on Jones, which is so unfortunate because Green was able to.
They did count the basket.
Oh, they did. I thought I heard him say that because I was so confused because I thought he said basket's good, and I was really confused that it didn't go up on the scoreboard right away.
Kuo, no good. Gets his own rebound, goes up right, no good. They're going to get a foul on Jones.
Foul call on RIC number 5, Jason Jones, his second foul, team's fourth. Line for Wesleyan number 1, Joseph Poe shooting 2 shots.
McCool misses his first. 59-56 the score.
For Wesleyan number 24, Jack Mackey. Number 33, O'Brien.
And he makes the second.
So it's up to a 2-possession game at 4 points, but still 6 minutes in this one. The Anchormen have plenty of time to work through that deficit and make some smart plays to knock the deficit down.
Fritzen, right side, a monster block by Epps. And Epps, they're going to call a foul.
I don't think he even made contact. I think Epps did some embellishment on the end to make it look like there was contact. Not even sure if it was intentional or not by Epps. But Williams definitely, he cut it off. I've seen that happen a couple times, Ready Anchorman. They go in hard, they just cut off and avoid the foul. And he did that, and I think Epps just blew the shot, to be honest with you.
That's what it looked like. It looked like he just tripped. First is up and good.
It's unfortunate because I thought that was a real good hustle play by Williams. He's just, unfortunately, the officiating is going to punish him for that hustle.
He makes both. Williams with the ball. Hands it out to Green, back to Williams. Finds Fritzen, fakes the 3. Gets it to Green. Green moving left side. Stops, takes the shot. It's a block by O'Brien again.
And obviously when you have, not necessarily with O'Brien, but some of the big guys inside for Wesleyan, you're going to get a lot of those block shots when they have the height advantage like that.
Fritzen will get to the line.
So a lot of guys on the court for Wesleyan, with the exception of Epps, that have fouls to give. Epps has 4, and Krill has 3. Nobody else besides that has over 2 fouls. So definitely, they're going with your take on Rick being in the bonus. They're making them earn the shots.
Fritzen makes them.
And if you're in that foul situation, I can't necessarily blame them.
4-point game. 62-58 the score. Davis passes down low. And that's going to be a foul. Epps will go to the line.
It looks like he dunked on the side of the backboard. I was waiting for him to go down with a slam, and he just, I don't know if it was the contact that forced him to do it, but never seen that before.
He misses his first. Rhode Island College does still have 1 foul to give. He makes a second. Back to a 5-point game. Williams looking around, trying to find somebody, finds Green. Green top of the key, moving around. Shot is no good off the dribble. Rebound Williams. Passes it to Tribble, back out to Green, fakes the 3, now takes the jumper right outside. No good. Jones stripped of the ball. Foul's going to be on Williams.
Foul called on RIC number 2, Brandon Williams Jr., his 4th foul.
And now both teams are in the bonus.
The line for Wesleyan number 4, BJ Davis shooting a 1-1.
Hey, Chris Green's been a little quiet in the second half. He's gotten some opportunities we just saw there. He's not able to convert them, and just happens with shooters. He's got a bit of a cold streak, and obviously he's still their go-to guy, so it's just tough place for him and the rest of the team to be.
As he misses it, Green comes up with the rebound. And Fritzen carrying it up the court, speeding it up a little bit. Hands it back to Scheider. Scheider moving left side. Passes it to Jones. Right hook, no good. No good on the tip back from Tribble. And Jones comes up with it. Jump ball.
Yeah, good hustle, good awareness by Jones, able to dive on that. Rick's just good.
It was not a jump ball.
Yeah, I think they just gave him possession.
What happened was Coach Burns called the timeout just in time.
It's a smart play. Unfortunately, though, they only have one timeout. So they still got 4:40 to play in this. It's definitely going to hurt you a little bit.
Gotta use it wisely.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that's generally a smart play, but I don't know if you necessarily use the timeout with the amount they have. But
Right.
see how strategy pays out. I mean, still a 5-point game, 4:40 left. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities for a lot of things to happen here. So Anchorman still firmly in this game. They've gotten themselves into one possession. They just haven't quite been able to tie the game and get in front in this one. Always been trailing. They can just get themselves a lead. They can really put themselves over the top and make Wesleyan catch up to them. I think that really just helps their press. It helps everything because if you're Wesleyan, I mean, honestly, if you're Rhode Island College, you're 1-10 right now. You don't have a lot to lose in this game. Wesleyan, top 25 votes there, then they're the ones that have everything to lose.
Right.
Rhode Island College is going to just leave it all on the court and just play with nothing to lose because I think that attitude will really give them a chance to put themselves over the top in this one.
Fritzen for three. No good.
They haven't,
Rebound O'Brien. Mackey with the ball.
the exception of the Green three-pointer, they haven't been shooting very well from outside
No, they haven't.
in the second half. And I think Wesleyan is just forcing them into those shots and daring them to take them, and they're not able to convert, unfortunately.
Davis up to Kuo and out to Mackey, who does not take the three this time. Passes it up to O'Brien instead, who loses the ball, but gets it to Davis. Davis's floater, no good. Rebound, Epps for two.
I guess O'Brien, I guess that was a tip. I thought for a second it was a kick, but it was definitely with his hand. Just splayed out on the floor. It was good awareness, though, the position he was in. And ultimately, it leads to the basket for Wesleyan.
Green to Jones. Up to Tribble. And Tribble to Fritzen to Green. Left side. Now drives in. Right side, kicks it corner. Scheider, three. Way short. Rebound Jones, and draws a foul.
Yeah, Scheider just not a good shot there on the three. Had a very open look, and I guess just rushed it a little bit or something. Just not even close, but Jones has just been ball hawking under the net tonight, and thankfully able to get the rebound and the opportunity for two from the line.
Shot is up and no good. Second is up and is good. Cool. Passes it up to O'Brien. And up to Mackey, top of the key, near half court. Ball being moved around back to Mackey. And they're going to get a foul, I believe, on Kuo.
From the look,
No,
he was
it's going to be on O'Brien.
really. I thought it was on Kulo. He just kind of had that look on his face like he was guilty with a foul or something. But regardless, Rick will get the possession. And 6-point game. I think this is crunch time. You're really gonna start sinking the baskets. You gotta make the shots. And obviously, a young team doesn't have a ton of experience here. But let's see if they can get some experience here and come out with a win.
Fritzen wild on the layup. They're going to get a foul on Fritzen. .255 to go, 65-59 the score. Cardinals lead the Anchormen.
I thought that was a good opportunity by Fritzen there down low. It's just a wild shot as he goes for that little float layup he has and just not able to convert. But I think he's had a pretty good game. And
Krill knocks it down.
along with several players on the Anchorman offensively. I mean, obviously you got Tribble, Green. I think Scheider had a pretty good first half. He's gone a little cold here in the second.
And he misses a second. Now Green with it as Tribble falls down.
And the way he fell, glad to see it. I thought he was hurt for a second, but glad to see it. He wasn't.
Green finds Scheider, fakes the three. And they're going to call it kicked ball.
It's definitely good for the Anchorman because that was points going the other way fast.
That it was.
I think Scheider's did a nice job faking people out, but unfortunately some of his passes after the fake on the drive have been a little off tonight.
We'll have another foul on O'Brien. Tribble going to the line.
Number 30, Kevin O'Brien. His second foul. Line for number 21, Terrence Tribble, shooting 2 shots.
These are the free throws you've got to make here down the stretch.
Tribble sets. First is up, and he makes it. 66-60, 6-point game.
I mean, there's see Rhode Island College comes out with the press and tries to force Wesleyan to
He
earn
makes
their
them
way up
both.
the court here.
And it looks like they will.
Which I think is smart because they forced some bad passes out of this team in the press.
Davis to O'Brien, back to Davis. And over to Mackey. Now down low to Epps. They're going to have a call before the shot. Williams will go back into the game. 66-61, 5-point game, 2:21 to go in regulation.
And I believe Friston just fouled out. That was his 5th foul, so unfortunately he just fouled out there. And Williams is also in foul trouble. He's got 4, so he's going to be smart. Friston with 12 points. He had a pretty good game, just unfortunately.
No good on the foul shot.
Wide open.
3.
Bad
Way
shot,
short
though.
from O'Brien. And they say white ball.
But the open opportunity is just not a good shot at all. He had plenty of time to set. I was really surprised. I thought that shot was money the time he had, but quite the opposite.
Williams moving around, not sure what he's trying to do, but he gets it to Tribble. Out to Scheider, long 3, no good. Rebound Jones, no good. And now Davis comes up with it. Mackey passes down low. No good from Epps. Rebound Jones.
Got to get a basket here, 1.5 minutes. Get this thing down to 1 possession either way.
They're gonna get a foul.
There's one way. Get to the line. Really, Jason Jones could easily have 20 points if he got those putbacks to fall. It's just been frustrating. He's been in such good position all night, and he just hasn't been able to finish the play.
First is no good from Green. And like you had said earlier, Green normally automatic from the line as he makes a second. Coyle back into the game.
I mean, you're going to miss a couple here and there to keep the percentage look somewhat human.
Reed also back into the game. We'll see the full court press. And it does not work this time. And Mackey with the ball near half court. Gets it to Davis on the right side.
I think Wesleyan's done a better job working their way through. Obviously an experienced team. They've dealt with that before.
Mackey right side. Passes to O'Brien. And they're going to get a travel on O'Brien.
I think maybe his pivot foot slid there a little bit or something.
That's exactly what it was.
Hey, he's just so much momentum, not able to stop himself, and he gets to travel. So big opportunity for Rhode Island College. Score here, 1 possession.
Williams with the ball.
Save some time. Triple rules it down the court to him.
Green. Shot is good.
Right,
it's a 2-point game with 50 seconds to go.
You can hear Coach Riley yelling for a timeout there because it looked like Scheider was trying to force him back, trying to get that backcourt violation. It's obviously not a position you want your team to be in there. So a wise timeout there by Coach Riley as he's going to try to get his team into a position and try to hold on to this game.
66-64 with 47.7 to go.
And you're really going to hand it to the Anchormen.
Absolutely.
Playing a team with this much talent. They've really taken it to them tonight, and they got a chance to win this thing. They got to stop here. You know, 47.7 seconds left. There's a lot of things that can happen. I mean, it's always that specter of overtime looming in a game like this. So we'll see how this one plays out, though.
Rhode Island College with 9 fouls. And Wesleyan with, what, 10, I believe.
10. We're at a very difficult angle to see the foul statistics for Wesleyan with the supporting apparatus for the hoop in the way, but you are correct. They have 10 fouls, Rhode Island College with 9.
Davis with the ball. 15 on the shot clock. Davis behind the back, now moves left, tries to find someone, finds Mackey.
He's gonna have to shoot.
Mackey drives in, one-handed shot is no good. Rebound dribble, and Green with it, bringing it up the court.
Yeah, you gotta take your time here. You've got some time. You don't have to rush.
Green, got it. And we've got a tie game here at the Murray Center.
I'll tell you what, Chris Green knows a lot better than me. I figured maybe play it down, go for the win at the end, but he just went for the pull-up and just
knocks it down.
Clutch shot money, and we got a tie game, 66 all. Easily the best game that we've seen here at the Murray Center this year, Mike.
Absolutely.
Just a great game from both teams. And so we were just saying, coming out of the last time out, you got to give the Anchormen so much credit in this one.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
They've come out, they look like a completely different team than the last time we saw them before the break. They've just come out and just going to hand it to them. They've put a lot of
effort.
Yeah,
I put more effort as a team into it.
I lost myself there.
That's all right.
I was gonna say I think they've matured a lot since the team we saw, and I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if it's just kind of getting the momentum back, having some time off, being able to get away from things. I'm not sure, but I just feel like this team's matured. They've played 11 games this year, and obviously they haven't. A lot of them haven't turned out in the way they'd like to, but I think they've just kind of got more of a presence of mind as a veteran team here.
20 seconds to go in the game. 66-66 the score.
Obviously Wesleyan playing for that last shot.
Rafferty. Gotta watch out and not foul.
Oh, timeout.
And they force a timeout. 7.8 seconds to go in regulation.
It was a good job. Not sure who it was for Wesleyan. They kept trying to force Williams over and draw him into a foul, and he did a nice job of not fouling there. But I'm curious to see what Wesleyan does here. I would think you try to force it inside with one of your big guys and try to get the high percentage shot. But I'm not sure. I'll see what Coach Riley's drawing up there. Obviously, you're thinking more than likely either Wesleyan wins the game here or we go to overtime just with 7.8 seconds. That's how I'm thinking, unless somehow Rick gets the ball and they draw a foul at the end of this game. I mean, it's always a possibility, but a lot of things that can happen here. Let's see how it goes.
Davis with the ball. His shot is no good, and we're going to overtime. What a game it's been so far.
As I said before, Mike, best game of the year by far. And just good defense. Davis went for the fade there and just not able to get it. Rattled off the back iron. And I thought it's an interesting choice there. Obviously, Davis, the senior guard, obviously you want to give it to somebody who's got a lot of experience and who you think's going to rise up in the clutch moment. So I can't really disagree with the call there. I thought it was just good defense, and it wasn't really the shot I think he wanted to take with the fade. I think he obviously was trying to drive it in and get himself a better position, but time winding down, he had to take the shot, and going to overtime, we got 5 more minutes to go, and we got a lot of things that can happen here.
Absolutely. Best game we've seen all season.
Easily.
Team playing as a team. I mean, that's been lacking. They're playing as a team, however.
Well, exactly, and I think they were in some tough spots in this game. If you think about it, they were down by 8 at least twice in the second half, and I feel like with the RIC team that we saw in the first half of the season, I think they would have just kind of let Wesleyan pull away, but they fought back, and I think that's just playing as a team chemistry, and I'm not sure how many practices they've had before this game when they came back from their break, but whatever Coach Burns has said to this team, however he's motivated them, it's definitely worked, and it's going to be exciting even after this game with the conference games we have coming up with this team. It'll be interesting to see how they play, because really, if you can go toe-to-toe with this team like they have.
Good job saving it by Rafferty from going out of bounds.
That would have been a way to start overtime. A nice
and
effort.
And now Mackey with the ball. Passes it back to Rafferty, left side, gets it up to Epps. Back to Mackey. Mackey looks down low to Kuo. And his shot is good.
Gets the hook there. He's got 12 points, and not much you can do with the guy with the advantage like that, so just going to respond on your end.
Green. Got it.
That was just a crisp, beautiful shot. Rim barely moved there.
It's always a nice sight.
It is.
It's a great feeling, too. You take that shot, and as Davis goes up for 2,
Nice.
and the net barely even moves.
It definitely. And on the other end, a bit of a defensive breakdown, I think, on Williams there, as they let the senior guard Davis just work his way inside and get the easy layup. So, got to respond here for Rhode Island College. Just keep taking it to this Wesleyan team. As I said before, Wesleyan has everything to lose in this game. The pressure's really on them in this one.
Williams drives through traffic, gets it to Scheider for 3. No good. Rebound, Jones.
Who else?
Green, long 3, no good.
This wasn't a smart shot selection.
No,
there
it
by
wasn't.
Green. I thought the Scheider shot was a smart when he was open, but I think Green just really was trying to get that lead.
Green was close to the red line over here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's no need to take that shot. You get a fresh clock there. As Jones just haven't figured him out, Wesleyan. He's been all around the hoop all night, and they just can't box him out.
Rafferty with the ball. Now looks down low to Kuo, and they get a foul. 3:14 to go in overtime. 70-68 the score. The Wesleyan Cardinals leading your Rhode Island College Anchormen. And Kuo makes his first. O'Brien back into the game. And his second is up, and he makes it. Green passes to Jones. Jones hands it off to Green. Green goes up. No good that time. Rebound, Kuo.
It's unfortunate the Anchormen haven't been able to make them shots. They just got to stiffen up defensively and just work their way back from these possessions.
Bad pass from Mackey.
There's one way to get a stop. Try just getting too fancy with it. All you got to do there is just pass it back to your man, and he just tried with that over the head kind of windmill pass, I guess, for lack of a better word. No need for that.
Tribble. Finds Scheider. Back down to Tribble and out of bounds. Rafferty back in for O'Brien.
And there's some guys in the way. I couldn't tell if there's a miscommunication or if Tribble wasn't able to handle that pass. Regardless, not a good turnover by the Anchormen.
And Mackey with the ball being guarded by Scheider. Finds Kuo up to Epps and to Mackey for three, no good. Rebound, Tribble and Williams. Williams bringing himself and he loses the ball. Rafferty comes up with it. Passes to Davis who goes up for two. 74-68.
Not a good play by Williams. Just got stripped there, looking for the pass, unfortunately.
Scheider, three. Got it.
There we go. That's exactly what they needed. Just cold spell shooting. Needed that big three from Scheider to kind of ignite the team, ignite the bench. Now he's to make a stop here. Still a minute 30, a lot of time here in overtime. So you don't need to get it all back at once necessarily, but you do need to stop here.
Mackey to Rafferty for three, and he knocks it down. Back to a 6-point game, 77-71.
With all the perimeter shots Wesleyan has been taking, one of those guys had to knock one down. Unfortunately, this came at a bad time.
Scheider passes to Williams. Back out to Scheider for three. No good. Rebound Rafferty. 55 seconds to go in overtime. 77-71 the score. Now Rafferty looking for the pass down low. We'll have a call. Going to be Wesleyan ball. Coach Burns takes his last timeout. 44.3 to go on the clock. 77-71.
I just think, unfortunately, that was just such a dagger of a shot by Wesleyan there. Just flips everything back the way it was. Six-point game. Now you got 44 seconds. Now you have to take the three when you get down your end. And more importantly, you got to get a stop here. So it's really looking tough for the Anchormen, but seen a lot of crazy things happen in the game of basketball. So who knows? They just got to get a stop here, and then I guess you can go for a quick two, but then I guess you got to start thinking about fouling after that.
I would have to agree.
There's a lot of ways you can go with it. I mean, Coach Burns is a smart guy, and he's drawing something up over there.
If they can find Green or Scheider for a three, that would be nice. Then you're going to have to foul after that.
Yeah.
We'll see, because it is going to be Wesleyan ball.
Yeah, you got to get a stop here before anything. They get a basket here. It really puts the game out of reach, I think. It's a three-possession game, 44 seconds. Really pretty insurmountable with the time left. So we'll see how it plays out, though.
And Rafferty with the ball. Drives down low, and they're going to call a foul on Tribble.
Yeah, I thought that was relatively clean.
Foul called on RIC number 21, Terrence Tribble. His third foul.
I think it was a smart block, definitely going for the ball and not the shooter, but fortunately it's one of those calls that the officials got wrong.
Rafferty goes up with his first, and it is no good. Still one foul shot will make this a three-possession game. And he does make it. 78-71 the score.
They gotta get a quick basket here. I mean, really quick.
35 seconds to go in overtime. Williams
He's gotta shoot it.
finds Scheider. Scheider passes back out to Williams. Williams finds Green. Green takes it. He does knock it down.
They just took way too much time off the clock getting that play to develop, unfortunately.
And they're going to have to foul. They do.
Williams going to foul himself out in the process, but I don't think overall it was a bad play. It just took way too long to develop. You took 20-some-odd seconds off the clock there. Really just something you couldn't do. So unfortunately, you get the bucket, but at a very steep price. So now you're going to just have to hope for some mistakes on the Wesleyan end. Even then, they have to get some quick buckets, but let's see what they can do.
Cruz will come into the game for Williams, who has fouled out.
I haven't seen a lot of Cruz in this one, which is surprising. We got a lot of Williams and a lot of Fritzen before he fouled out. But Cruz really hasn't been rotated in a lot in this game, which is a little surprising. Thought he played fairly well at the beginning of the year.
Davis makes his first. Brings it back to a 5-point game. And he misses his second. Rebound dribble. 10 seconds to go. Green passes it down. Scheider, 3. No good. Cruz out to Green for 3. Knocks it down. Half a second to go. And that'll be it. Your final score. The Wesleyan University Cardinals 79. Rhode Island College Anchormen 77. And Andrew, heartbreaking game to say the least.
Well, it is, and I mean, they really gave Wesleyan a scare, and I mean
that they did.
I mean, they got that 3 at the end, which made it a 2-point game. But I think the score at least justifies what we saw in this one. I mean,
yes,
it really was a 2-point game when you come down to it. Wesleyan made some plays down the stretch that Rhode Island College wasn't able to make, and I think a lot of that comes down to experience. I mean, you got a team that's got experienced players, seniors on their team that know how to play in these situations, and you know, we always hear Coach Burns say, I mean, young guys are going to learn, and I think at the very least, I think there's a lot of good things you can take out of this game now.
Absolutely.
I mean, you lost, and it's always disappointing, especially on the streak they are, to have a loss. But if there's such a thing at all as a good loss, I mean,
this is it.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you can't say enough about so many individual efforts we saw in this game.
It really was a great game. As Andrew, it looks like we're going to have Jason Jones stopping by.
All right.
So I'll send it to you. And here you are, Jason. Thank you very much. And Andrew, floor's all yours.
All right, and I'm here with Jason Jones, Rhode Island College men's basketball team. And Jason, it's never really fun to get a loss, but I guess the team that's getting votes for the top 25, I think it's definitely a good performance you guys put out, and I thought you guys just looked like a really different team since the break. What did you guys do differently going into this game that maybe you changed it up from the first half of the season?
Practice yesterday was definitely more intense than the first semester. Like, we came in with a new approach to everything. Like, defensively, we just turned it up. And it's a new season, it's a new semester. We're going to league play next week, and we just wanted a fresh start. We just left the last part of the semester behind us. And we're like just regrouping, trying to get better every day. And I think even though this is a loss, I think we could take a lot of positives away from this game.
Yeah, definitely. I was just saying that to Mike. You guys did a lot of good things. And I mean, you seemed like every shot that Wesleyan took, or you guys took, you were around the net. Just, what were you doing down low to get those opportunities for the rebounds?
Well, in the second half, I felt like I had to be more aggressive because in the first half, I wasn't like into the game like I should have been. So I just wanted to like get in good position and get a chance to grab every rebound that presented itself to me.
And you definitely did. I don't know how many rebounds you end up with, but definitely in double digits somewhere.
Yeah.
And you said there's a lot of positives you can take out of this game. What would you say the biggest positive you guys can take out of it going into your next game?
I'll say we definitely played better on the defensive end than we did in the first semester. Like, we all locked in for 40-plus minutes because we went into overtime. We got crucial stops down the stretch when we needed to. I think the defensive end of the floors is what's going to take us like far down the stretch and possibly to an LEC championship later in the season.
Yeah, definitely. And Jason, as you said, definitely a different team since we saw them in the first semester, and we'll see you guys again Saturday. Until then, good luck and good game from you.
All right, thank you. Thanks guys for having me.
I appreciate you talking with us.
Thank you very much, Jason. And we got Coach Burns standing here right now. I'll send it right back to you, Andrew.
All right, we got Coach Burns here, Rhode Island College men's basketball team. And Coach, talking to Jason, there's really not such a thing as a good loss, but I think you can make an argument for this game. I mean, playing a tough opponent, you guys really look like a different team for the first semester. Just touch upon.
Second semester.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah.
Yes, I agree. Guys gave great effort. Obviously, things didn't go the way we wanted it to go first semester. We're so young. They haven't had a lot of confidence. Their confidence has been down. I think the break was good for them. I know it was good for the coaching staff to get away. We're so demanding on them. We expect effort, and I think they were broken down. I think they needed a little bit of a break, but it just shows you the hearts they have, the heart of the Lion, that it's in there. It's just unfortunately we haven't shown it. If we play the way we played tonight, night in, night out in the Little East, I don't know if we're going to win it, but we'll be right there. I mean, that team right there was fun to coach. That team right there has gotten better. That team right there, showed us that they really cared. They're just so young, and they need a win. They just need a win. But again, yes, I don't like to say you believe in a moral victory, but you got to be proud of the way the guys played. That team right there had won 10 games in a row. They were 10-1. They're an NCAA tournament team. They won their league tournament last year to go to the NCAA tournament. They have 3 seniors, 2 juniors that start for them. And for us to come out and battle, compete like that, shows a lot.
Most definitely, Coach. Now, I was saying to Mike, for the young team, you got to say they showed a lot of maturity in this one, I think, the way they played. But I think you guys, Jason was touching the defensive end of things. You guys really did show up in this game. You really stymied them. You can see a lot of frustration from them. What kind of approach, just with an experienced team like that, did you guys take on the defensive end to slow them down?
Well, we're trying to figure it out, to be honest with you. I mean, we're going to have to play some more zone. I may have to shorten up the bench. I'm going to have to play the 6-7 guys that I know they're going to help us get wins. And not that I want to give up on the rest of the guys on the bench, but I was trying to give a lot of guys minutes early, and they just weren't helping us. When I go to the bench, it's always negative, and we're always in the negative when I go to the bench. So, we're going to have to play more zone. We've worked on it. We worked on it the last couple of days. We're going to mix it up a little bit defensively, even on the offensive end. In the past, the first semester we were denying all over. This year we're going to try to sit in gaps. Maybe we can stop some penetration. But again, that's a very, very good team. That's an NCAA team. That's a top 20 team. And to walk away with a 2-point loss in overtime, as much as the loss stinks, at least it's a positive, and hopefully we get the ship going in the right direction.
Yeah, most definitely. And obviously we've touched upon a lot how good this team is. What do you think the biggest positive you can take out of this? I mean, just playing so hard against this team for your next matchup.
I think it's hope. I think it gives guys some hope and some confidence. Obviously, you want to see a win up on the board, but for them to know they can come out and battle and compete. I mean, down 6 with probably about 1:30 to go, and to put that game into overtime, those 2 huge stops we had down the stretch right there, those are the ones we didn't make in the LaSalle game. That's the one we didn't make in the MIT game. That's the one we didn't make in the Tufts games. Those are the stops that we weren't getting, and for us to step up and make that stop, it just gave the guys a little bit of confidence. So hopefully our guys now know that if they play the way our coaches expect them to play, that we can be a good team. They just need a little bit of that.
Yeah, definitely. And Coach, great insight as always. We'll see you Saturday. See if we can get a win on the board.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, and as always, some great insight from Jason Jones and Coach Burns, and it's going to wrap up our broadcast here. So for Andrew Spaziano and Mike Giamarco, we'll see you on Saturday for the Anchor Woman and Anchor Men doubleheader live on WXIN and Anchor TV. Have a good night.